Welcome to Talk Across America. I'm Doug Miles, and we're here in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. Joining us now, great to welcome a woman who's written an updated version of a very successful book. It's called Your Money or Your Life, 9 Steps to Transforming Your Relationship with Money and Achieving Financial Independence. And it's fully revised for 2018. We're joined today by Vicki Robin on the telephone. Vicki, good to talk with you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to have a chance to chat with you. Before we get started, I just see in the notes there that you grew up not too far, I guess, where I did. I grew up in Long Island, too. I don't know if you were out the East End or toward the city, but we're fellow Long Islanders.
Oh, no. I was on the North Shore in Nassau County.
Oh, okay.
I actually started out in Hempstead, then my parents moved to Manhasset.
Oh, yeah, I grew up in Floral Park, went to Adelphi, so not too far away. Good. Always good to talk to a fellow Long Island. I know you were born in Oklahoma, but you grew up in Long Island. That's always a good thing.
I did. Right. Hi.
Well, congratulations not only on that, but on the book as well. I mean, it's hard to believe, 25 years ago it came out originally, right?
Yeah, originally in 1992. It's actually based on a way of life that Joe developed, my co-author Joe Dominguez developed in the 1960s, and that we taught in the 1980s, and so it was. It's a fairly old traditional way of looking at money, but I've updated it with a lot of stuff for 2018.
I know most people are either doing their taxes or have done them and are thinking a lot about their money right now. It's a good time of year to do that, isn't it?
Right. It is. Every time of year is actually a good time to think about money when you come right down to it. Right. Then you don't have to think about it much in April. But, yeah.
What would you say, again, back in 92, some things have changed, but other things, like you said, the basics have not. Anything in particular that maybe today is more relevant than when you wrote the book originally, that you added to the book?
Oh, my word, yes. I think that, what we've seen in the last 25 years is that middle-class wages have stayed stagnant in terms of real dollars, and the bottom end has actually lost some ground, even though, we're working slowly toward a higher minimum wage, that more of the wealth has flown to the top 1%, and I'm not critiquing this in terms of politically, but I'm just simply saying that in a society where there's this much injustice, people become insecure. And so there's a lot of insecurity. There's a lot of sense that we don't know where to step. We don't know which lily pads are actually got something underneath them. So I think that the level of insecurity, the level of unfairness in our society has increased. I think it's easier to get into debt now than it was then. I mean, unsecured debt has become a way of life with the credit cards. The opportunities to spend with all of our online environments and online shopping, the opportunity has increased. You don't even have to get in your car and go to the mall and push your cart around anywhere anymore in order to just have your finger twitch, and there you go, you spent more money. But the opportunities to save money have also increased. I mean, number one, just the technology in my phone is so advanced that in 25 years ago, there even wasn't such a thing. I couldn't have had access to a computer that's as powerful as my phone. So there's a lot more power in our technology. The cost of technology has actually gone down, but the opportunity to spend your money has gone up. So it's a complex, and I think we have become less coherent as a society. It's sort of, I call it yo-yo, you're on your own. The sense of we're all in this together is less and less now, so people have less sense of security. So there's a lot of things changing, and I think, also with cost of housing has gone up everywhere, so even if you have had modest gains in income, your cost of housing just takes a lot of that away. When I graduated from college, the rule of thumb was a quarter of your salary was for your rent.
Right.
And I think now there are people who are paying half their salary for their rent. So it's complex, and I think people need these tools now more than ever. These tools of clear thinking, making conscious choices, really determining who am I and what kind of spending actually makes me happy.
Hey, you mentioned the word debt, and I know some people that it's really scary that they literally are just paying the minimum on their credit cards every month, and they never get out of it. It seems to be worse today than even 10 years ago, that people are getting to that kind of debt.
I believe, yeah, I agree that what I find, I mean, I've never had any debt in my life. Oh my God, yes, I have. I just save up for things, and when I saved up, I get things, and I buy things used. I let somebody else, take the major hit with the sticker price on a car, and then I'll do my comparison shopping, and So I have a lot of, I'm like a sort of a master of frugality skills, but I have been talking to people recently for whom the assumption that they're ever going to get out of debt is foreign. There's just an assumption that there's going to be a certain portion of your income for the rest of your life that is going to be debt servicing. And not just major debt, not just like your house, I mean debt servicing.
Yeah, scary when you think. My parents were, they're Depression kids, but they were brought up with the value of money. My dad was a banker, and my mom had that instilled in her too. The value of money. So we were kind of brought up that way, like you said, save up for something or pay your credit cards in full every month. But nobody teaches that anymore, I guess. Huh? Or if they do, it's not in the schools anyway.
Well, that's the thing is that you go to school, your teachers don't know anything about money, so anything they try to teach you about money is sort of like handling a foreign object. They don't really know. Your parents may well be, not all of us, not many of us have parents who actually teach us, and we don't teach us about money. We don't talk about money in the household. So there is this inability to talk about money in our society, and everybody, then you start to think, well, all this secrecy, maybe everybody else is doing better than I am. I don't even want to talk about this. I don't want to reveal how stupid I am, whereas everybody around you has the same experience. Part of what the update of Your Money, Your Life has been is in every chapter, I suggest at the end some questions that you can use for conversations with your mate, with your family, with your friends, in groups, even at your workplace. Conversations, questions that are open-ended, that in the discussion of it allows you to sort of defang those consumer messages. Like I have cards, 52 cards from the questions in the book that we're going to be selling on yourmoneyyourlife.com as as size of playing cards. One question: what's the last item you actually wore out? I mean, think about it. People could have a really good conversation about that without having to reveal anything embarrassing about their money. Or another one people like is, how do you feel when you spend money? It's an interesting question because you might think, well, I feel great when I spend money, but you might talk to somebody who says, I feel terrible when I spend money. So discovering that we've all got a relationship with money, and our relationship with money is laced with the messages we got from our parents, the messages we got from the culture, our own mistaking of buying something and thinking it's going to serve a spiritual or emotional need. All of this is all wound up in it. We never talk about it. So I'm just saying that one of the great things in the New Your Money, Your Life is this invitation to talk with people about your relationship with money.
Great information in the book. Again, newly updated, fully updated, 2018 edition of Your Money or Your Life. The 9 steps to transforming your relationship with money and achieving, hopefully for all of us, financial independence. And Vicki Robin has been our guest. We wish we had more time, Vicki. Maybe down the road we can do it again. But give out your website. People get more information on this book.
Yeah, great. yourmoneyyourlife.com. It's the new home for Your Money, Your Life. We got podcasts. We got a calculator to understand how much you're really trading an hour of your life for. It's a great place. So yourmoneyyourlife.com, and join us, and we welcome you.
Great. Vicki, again, always great to talk to a fellow Long Islander, and we'll look forward to doing it again. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for joining us today on Talk Across America. Please visit our website at dougmilesmedia.com for more great interviews and content. And if you're interested in any of the books we talk about on the program, please click the Amazon link on our website. It helps support the podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again real soon here from beautiful Sarasota, Florida.
I'm Stan Brock. 30 years ago, I formed Remote Area Medical to help people overseas. But then we found generations of families in America isolated by poverty from the health care they need. Together, we can take dental, vision, and medical help to 1 million adults and their kids, right here at home in the United States of America.